Welcome to Football Game Plan Scout Team. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. And now that the 2021 NFL Draft is complete, let's take a look back and see how well these teams did this past April. With rookie minicamps done and the 90-man roster with the undrafted free agents locked in as they head into training camp, let's evaluate the entire class and hand out a grade. So without further ado, let's take a look at the Football Game Plan Scouting grading scale to see what these numbers next to the prospects actually mean. The Pittsburgh Steelers tend to do what they do in the draft, very similar to that of the Baltimore Ravens in the fact that they have specific types of guys that they tend to target, and they go out in the draft and grab those players. You look at what they've done. They wanted to get better along both sides of the line of scrimmage. Kendrick Green is someone that can compete for a starting job at center or guard. Dan Moore out of Texas A&M has really good ability on both ends of offenses, coming from a very good program at A&M, along with Buddy Johnson, the linebacker, who's very stout versus the run, and Loudermilk out of Wisconsin gives him someone that can play up front, has the length and athleticism to be a pressure type player as a 5 technique. But what I like most about the Steelers draft was the fact that they came away with 3 year 1 impact players on offense and also on defense. You look at Najee Harris, who's my number 1 tailback in the draft class, a guy that can remind a lot of Steelers fans of Le'Veon Bell and what he brings to the table. Vision, footwork, athleticism, ability as a downfield threat in the passing game. He can do it all, and they got him in the first round. You also look at Pat Freiermuth, the tight end out of Penn State, my number 1 inline tight end, a guy that's solid on both ends, blocking and as a pass catcher. He's going to remind some Steelers fans of Heath Miller and what he brings to the table. And way down in the draft, they got Quincy Roche from Miami, an outstanding edge rusher who quietly went under the radar compared to what he was playing opposite of with Jalen Phillips, who went in the first round. I thought Roche was someone that should have gone higher in the draft. The Steelers were able to get him later in the draft, and he brings tremendous pass rushing presence coming off the edge. I expect him to make an impact in year 1. So these 3 picks, in my opinion, were home runs for Pittsburgh. Now let's take a look at some of the undrafted rookie free agents that have a tremendous opportunity to make an impact. You look at Isaiah McCoy out of Kent State. This dude was tremendous. Elite level footwork at the line of scrimmage. He has a variety of releases in his toolbox and shows good judgment in what to do and when to use it. He tracks the ball very well, probably the best in the class at doing so, and will do a fantastic job of getting his body in position to make the catch. He has the explosiveness and the speed that reminds me a lot of Antonio Bryant and what he brings to the table. Rico Bussey Jr. out of Hawaii has explosive bursts off the ball and is able to maintain that explosiveness throughout his route. He's a technician of sorts as a route runner. Everything is crisp, concise, and no wasted movements at all. I love the way he plays and reminds me a lot of Robert Woods and what he brings to the table. His explosiveness and his ability to run routes and quickness off the ball and also out of his breaks gives him an opportunity to really shine in training camp. And Mark Gilbert out of Duke has tremendous ball skills. He has superb ball skills in that aspect. The reason why he went undrafted was due to injuries. He had a hip injury that kind of took away the better part of 2 seasons for him. So if he's healthy and if he's medically cleared, this is a huge steal. He's long, lengthy, and has the ball skills that you want playing out on a perimeter. I gave the Steelers a solid B for their draft. I talked about the 3 home run picks in Freiermuth, Harris, and also Roche, but I had some questions about some of the offensive line selections. I probably would have gone with other options, but you can't knock them for building depth up front along the offensive line, but they kind of made up for what they were able to accomplish in the undrafted rookie free agent market. So overall, solid class for Pittsburgh. So that's it for this edition of Football Game Plan Scout Team. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts. And don't forget to check out and subscribe to the Football Game Plan Network located at youtube.com/footballgameplan. Also subscribe on iTunes to Football Game Plan Podcast and leave us a 5-star rating.